What is going on, everybody? Welcome back this morning. Friday. Oh, I just started a print, so it's a little clunky for a second. So as I was waking up this morning, just kind of getting going, I was watching a Phil McKnight video. It was a clip from one of his latest podcasts. Just so you know, we're going to be calling out some people in the comments. So if this is not your kind of video, but I think it needs to be called out. Y'all need to calm down. So anyways, we'll get to that in a second. But I was watching this Phil McKnight video, and he was talking about how nobody actually pays attention. He was talking about how all of his he did all these reviews, and he said it's hard for him, actually. It's the same stuff I've been saying, that it's hard for him to review a lot of these inexpensive instruments because basically they're all the same. He said he's had them come out of the exact same factory with just different names on them. Even Fender versus some other thing, it was the same exact guitar on an acoustic. And he was like, it's just hard because they're all the same. And basically what it means is whatever is the new hotness. And one of the things I thought was interesting that he said was he waits until the guitar pops off, basically, to do the review because he doesn't want to be the person to blow the guitar up, to encourage it, because they're just a bunch of cheap guitars. And what he said was that even on a Harley Benton thing, even though the video gets bajillions of views, the guitar was bad. He said, people think that I love the stuff because the channel gets tons of views. He's like, but I don't. Meaning that people just don't pay attention. They only hear what they want to hear. And then the next thing I did was, of course, I read through comments from yesterday's videos and stuff, because I try to do that for at least the first 24 hours of the video. And the video that we made yesterday about encouraging used players to buy used versus buy new. And my thing about that was to be completely positive. Like I want a new player to just have fun, right? This isn't about value. This isn't about practicality. I think Matt said in his video last night at Texas Toast, if I'm going to get home from work tonight and say, I want ice cream, I don't say, but it has to be healthy and it has to be the cheapest. It has to be the best value. You just want what you want. And that's the same thing with guitars. Nobody needs this stuff. I know the mental health guys will jump in there. And I know the guys that think that they play for a living, but they play a couple of open mic nights a month, say that they need it to make a living. I get that. We'll take you out of the equation because you're a very small number. None of us need this stuff. This is for fun. Let it be fun. Let it be emotional. Let it be fun. And let the people around you have fun. The comment section yesterday completely proved my point that I was trying to make with that video. And honestly, most days, the comment section proves my point. So I'm just going to say I'm right, and I'm going to call out the comment section dorks. And you might not like this, but you might not like any of it. I don't care. I'm just going to tell you what I think. The comment section, nobody actually talked about not nobody, but for the most part, the comment section yesterday did not talk about what the new player might want. They projected what they want based on what they would do. So you commented based on what you would do and based on your personal view of the hobby, the value of the instrument, you helping them. You. Everybody told me in the comments what you would do. Not very many people at all said, I'm thinking first about the new player and what they actually want. There's a big difference. You don't realize how often you speak for other people on this stuff. And I'm sure I do it too. I'm sure I do it too. But what I look at here is, and what you don't see, is that I've got like this whole, of course we've got, I don't know, 2,000 videos or something. And you can go through all the comments on all these videos and go, okay, so the majority of folks who say stuff, now that doesn't mean it's the majority of folks. The majority of folks don't actually ever comment. You know why? Because they just like guitar and they're just here doing stuff. And they go off to work and they don't care. And they might either think, that guy's full of it, or, yeah, he's right, but I don't need to say anything because he already said what I was going to say. And they just go on with the rest of their day. So it's not the majority of people in the world. It's just the majority of people that comment, which is actually not that many. It's a small percentage of the amount of people that watch a video. But here's the problem with it, is that other people will read these comments and then they kind of glom onto them, and you can shape a community. And it's stupid. I don't like it. Especially when you're so selfish, to be honest with you. Somebody says, I'm a beginner, what should I buy? And you say, this is what I would do. Because I've been playing for 20 years. And typically, you don't take into consideration the values of the other person. You do what you would do. And then you get them to do what you would do because you want them to be like you. That's what happens. Why not ask that person, what do you want? What are you thinking? Well, I want to buy a new Les Paul. Oh, no. Dude, you can get 17 Harley Benz for the price of a new Les Paul. Why do that to that person? You're going to throw away like half of them, but, overall the game was pretty good. Or a used something. Well, I want a new one. Oh, no. Oh, I want a new one. I got the money. I got the time. I want a new one. Okay. What do you want? I don't know. I want it to be green. And, green's my favorite color. And my dad had one that sort of looked like this. Okay. That's pretty cool. Help them do that. Ask them what they want. Nobody cares what you want. They need your help to do what they want. They don't need your help to do what you want. They don't need that. They would ask you a different question. They would walk up to you and say, get me the exact same thing you have. But they didn't. They said, what should I get? Well, what are you thinking? What's on your mind? What do you want? If you could pick anything in the world, what would it be? It would be that guitar right there. Okay, that guitar's 20 grand. That guitar's 10 grand. That guitar's 5 grand. Is that what you want? Yeah. Okay. But maybe not right now. Is there like $1,000 version of that? Don't put budgets in people's mouths. Don't put stuff in don't do that. Just let them be who they're going to be. It's ridiculous to me. Any hobby that you have ever started, unless you are a tighty-whitey guy, Fruit of the Loom tighty-whitey guy, you might be. You like buying something and peeling the plastic off and doing the thing. Like, I don't think and I'm going to pound this. And if you get tired of it, go watch something else, to be honest with you. The emotional side of what we do is very important. And all you cheap guitar guys and all you guys who strip that out of what we do, your hobby is not the same as mine. It's not. Well, you're just hurting your audience. Okay. You know why? Because we don't have anything in common. That's why. Yeah, but those people could buy your pickups, but they won't, because they'll buy GFS and Planetone. That's why. And I'd be grateful if you did buy GFS and Planetone, because then I wouldn't have to explain to you what makes your pickups better than such and such and such and such. If I have to explain that, I've already lost. I've already lost. If you don't see value in what I do, and you don't see value in our content, and you don't agree with our content, okay, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Go watch Daryl Braun or any of those other guys who are like, this cheap guitar is the best thing ever. Go watch them. It's fine. It's totally fine. It doesn't offend me at all. But I got to be true to who I am. And true to who I am is helping you be true to who you are. And pointing this out. Because it's important. Because as we spread this to other guitar players, we have to just let them have fun and be encouraging, not discouraging, and not pigeonholing people into these little corners and just be like, what do you want to do? I want a green one. I want a purple one. I want a red one. I want a pink one. I want a whatever. I think that guitar's cool. Well, that guitar's $1,500. Do you want to spend that? What can I get for $800? Don't put a price in their name. What can I get for, this is my budget. Oh, you could get something way cheaper than that. Don't do that. Stop it. Ask them. Well, I really only want to invest $500. Okay, cool. What shape do you want? You know, people often confuse what I would do and what works for me with what everyone else should do, right? What works for me, and I'm going to tell you this right now, what I do, I don't think you should do. I'm not telling you what to do with any of the stuff that I do on my channel. I'm not. Do I think everybody should own a custom shop Gibson? No. I think it'd be a waste of money for a lot of people. If you're not into it, if it's not your thing, if you don't totally understand or enjoy the history, I don't even want to say understand. If you don't enjoy the history of the guitar and where it came from and that kind of thing, you might not find value in it, and I wouldn't waste the money. You know, if you have a new Firefly and you've never bought pickups before, do you spend $300 and put pickups in that guitar? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I'm not going to tell you to. You know, should everybody buy a watch that's, costs a certain amount of money? No. You know what? An Apple Watch is probably good for a lot of people. I have things that don't have to do with the actual watch and the reason. It's other principles in my life that drive me to do this, right? It has nothing to do with that. It's because I have all this other technology in my life, and I just like going back to something basic a few times in my life. One is a watch, a mechanical watch. This one's not mechanical. This one's solar, but most of the time, mechanical watch and a fountain pen. Just kind of takes me back. There's a couple places. It has nothing to do with value. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with anything, right? It just has to do with, I have to have a feeling. There's a certain feeling with a couple of things in my life that I care about. If you don't have that for guitars, and if it is just a placeholder in your life so that you can stack stuff up, cool. But don't impose that on other people. Why does that person want to take up guitar? Well, it's because my dad did it, or it's because, my uncle died and I've been thinking about him and whatever. Or, I heard a song the other day and it makes me wonder, can I do that? I need to put some focus in my life. I need a little release from the stress of work. I'd like to come home and just kind of do something fun. Well, you know what you need to do is completely stress out your life by buying a cheap guitar, doing all the research, making sure it's good, blah, 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 blah. Or you could de-stress your life by just asking that person, hey, all right, well, what's your budget? Well, I got some dough. It's got a tax return. I got a couple of grand. I could spend whatever I want. oh, you should get like 15 Harley Benton's. You don't need to spend that much. Don't do that to them. Just let them be. They're looking for a de-stress. They're looking for a get home from work and chill. They're not looking for spend bajillions of hours in forums figuring out crap. Right? That person. Now maybe there is another person who's like, I want to dive in. Like, I want to do all the modding thing and I want to take it apart and put it back together. Okay. Well, maybe that's different, right? But just saying this is what you should do, you should buy a used guitar because it's a better value. They don't care. What if they don't care about value at all? Then you're just imposing it on them, and it has nothing to do with why they're even there in the first place. It's stupid. Do you know that I have never, this just really popped into my head. I get people all the time, asking me, what should I buy, right? And not online. I'm talking about like in person, like friends, people I know. And I've never one time had somebody lead with price. Not once. I can tell you right now, categorically, I have never had anybody ask me and say, look, it has to be cheap. I've never had anybody do that. Now, I've drawn that out of them. I've said, okay, well, what's your budget? And you know what the budget usually is? They don't know. They don't know what their budget is. That's implanted by you. Usually, they say, well, what do I need to reasonably spend? And I tell them, you could get something kind of crappy on I wouldn't buy the stuff on Amazon for $150. You could start to get in something kind of okay for $3, but I would go $5 to $7 if you want something that's cool that you would keep for a long time. Even if you didn't play it a lot, it wouldn't be so much money that you would regret it, but it also would be good enough to be something that you would enjoy for a long time. $5 to $7. That's where I'd go. Somewhere in that area, but it just matters more. And no, people are, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds fine. Cool. Okay. And then it's what color, what shape, whatever. And not one person ever, ever has come to me and said, well, if I buy a used one, can I get a better one? Not one. They're thinking in their mind they want something new. You are implanting these dumb ideas in their head about cheaper, about just as good as, about used, you are putting that in their head. 99.9% of the time, in fact, 100% of the time for me, I've never had anybody say, well, if I get a used one, can I get a better one? Because that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, I'm getting into a new thing. I want a new thing. You are putting it in their head. So next time somebody says, hey, help me pick out my first guitar, make sure that you're answering their questions and not just describing yourself.